Hi, this is Rabbit Culture with Narcissist Ninjas. I guess starting off in a journey of recovery, I would like to caution people who get their information and I guess help, support from only one area. When I first started my journey, I was very, very vulnerable and very confused. And I was probably in a very hyper state to get taken advantage of. Thank goodness I had some really good people around me who helped direct me to help me find myself. And that's the whole point of recovering from narcissistic abuse, is to come to your own empowerment and understanding. There are many false gurus out there. I am horrified at some of the things I'm learning about some of the people in the so-called narcissistic abuse recovery movement. It's very disheartening. It's very scary. And it's sad that people are being taken advantage of, so choose wisely as you are going through your recovery journey and trust your gut. That's the first thing that I would say. H.G. Tudor is a self-proclaimed narcissist. He has an amazing amount of information, books, videos, programs. I mean, the guy is prolific. If he did any other topic, he would definitely be world renowned, and he is world renowned in terms of his information about narcissism. And his information is spot on because he is a so-called self-proclaimed narcissist, right? However, especially if you are early in your recovery, you need to be very aware that this character is extremely manipulative. He is pulling you in to his very dramatic presentation. Just his voice alone is like he could be, like he's an amazing storyteller. He really is. And I listen to him sometimes just for the entertainment value. But I have never once given him $1. I try not to listen to videos on YouTube for the full length so that, he doesn't get the benefit of having the full length. Because when people listen to YouTube videos full, for the full entirety, they get supported, right? So I click in and I listen to a little bit of it and then I click out quickly. And I, do bits and pieces. I would just caution anyone, like I said, especially in early recovery. I have gone to his channel and seen people just revel in him and butter him up and give him so much supply. It just, it's very alarming. Because a lot of these people are in horrendous abusive situations. And here they are glorifying a psychopath, a known psychopath. So like I said, it is a minefield. Going to see the comments from under H.G. Tudor's videos because kind of like a crazy place, like where it's all adoration and admiration. I think he deletes anything that's not praising him. And I'll discuss that a bit later. But remember, when you're dealing with this psycho, we don't know his background. He literally has said he's been diagnosed as a psychopath, and I believe him, which means he's connected with the system, because psychopaths don't go out and get help for themselves. So he was forced into some treatment or prison or committed some act that forced him to be diagnosed, right? So given that information, that's suspect enough. You want to be cautious around gathering information from him. Don't get me wrong, like I said before, and I will repeat this, the information itself is absolutely superb, right on, because it's coming from an abuser. Don't forget that. He's an abuser. He admits to abuse in the past, and he admits that he's still an abuser. He still abuses people. He admits it. All right? So keep that in mind as you're getting into his world and his prolificness, because he keeps things, especially like I have mentioned later too, that about the pandemic thing, he's pushing out more and more and more and more right now. I got a feeling he's in a state of some kind of, I sense almost like a desperation from him. But remember, he'll pretend to be very cool, calm, and collected. But he definitely does not like anyone challenging him. And the only way you will survive in the comment section, of course, is if you praise him. I made a couple of comments and that didn't go well. But anyway, like I said, we don't know. Is he a serial murderer? Is he a rapist? All possibilities. Because like we know, we have evidence that he has been intersected. He has intersected somehow with the system, and he definitely is not willing to give up his true identity. So there's reasons for that, right? So the main advice would be, if you are collecting information, to not get sucked into any one person or so-called guru. Make sure you're looking at multiple sources. I would suggest a recovery coach eventually, a therapist, someone that you feel, get to know your gut, get to know your instincts, get to know what feels comfortable. I couldn't even listen to his voice when I was first in recovery because it just repelled me so much. And he kind of had some phrases and things I had heard him say that my ex actually have said directly, just like him, as if it was quoted. And when I heard those, I just got my stomach turned a little bit. And it's really interesting that I have put comments on his channel within. Now listen, I'm just starting YouTube, so I have nothing to offer. I have no following, I have nothing, right? But he was so, I guess, upset by my comments that within 5 seconds, he deleted my comments. And I notice I suspect I could be having a little bit of an ego, but I believe 1 or 2 of his recordings were made in reaction to a couple of my comments. If they weren't made about my specific comments. They were definitely made about philosophies that I hold for sure, you know. And I could tell his like irritation. I can tell his irritation. I picked up on it a few times, and it's very interesting. He does not like people who are empowered. He does not like people who have information equal to what he has. And he will try to convince the world that he is the only person that has information on psychopathy. So it's interesting. And I just know that we don't want to support abusers, you know. Let them figure things out on their own. Let them have some consequences. I noticed too, since the pandemic, he's so prolific. So I don't know if he lost his job, if he's home stuck in quarantine and he can't do anything else, but it's like every like 10 videos a day, or not that much, but he's like go, 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 go. It's almost like a compulsion. I can tell. It's almost like a sense of compulsion from him. So he's either in real dire straits of need of attention, supply, or money, or he's stuck somewhere and is probably going out of his mind, which is fun to watch. He's someone that I like to watch from afar, and I would suggest you do the same. There's, like I said, there's a ton of good information that he has. But just whatever you do, don't get sucked into his psychology or his communicating with him, or, you know, like thinking that he is the only one that has information that can help you. That is absolutely inaccurate. And you need to kind of spread your wings. And there's a ton of resources on the internet, in libraries, in therapy centers. I mean, narcissism is now becoming a very open condition, and people are talking about it more. There's more information, and don't get stuck into something like that. It can really stunt your mental health, and it can stunt your growth towards recovery of abuse. All right, don't use an abuser to worship. No, don't worship anyone. Worship yourself. Learn to worship yourself. Have a great day.